Good morning. Hopefully we've got things set up here. I'm Cindy with Colorado Aromatics. We're doing a live Facebook video this morning. I'm going to make some fire cider. Let me check my computer to make sure we are really indeed live. We're good? Okay, I'm told we're good. So making fire cider is a herbal tradition that many herbalists will make fire cider as a winter health supplement. And that's why I like to make it this time of year when the harvest is in and we've got the hot peppers and that to use in it. There's also an herbal tradition known as Four Thieves blend. And Four Thieves blend is much older and has an interesting story behind it, in that in the time of the plague in Europe, there were a gang of four thieves who would raid graveyards and steal from people's houses, but yet they would never get sick with the plague. And when they were caught, the judge told them that he would set them free as long as they told him the remedy and how they were saved from getting the plague. So they told the judge their blend of herbs that apparently one of their mothers had given them. She was a midwife and herbalist and had created this blend of herbs, and they would bathe and rub this herb concoction on them before and after they raided the graves, and it kept them from getting the plague. So whether or not that's a true story, I don't know, but it's a good story. So, fire cider, we will start with horseradish. Now this is horseradish that we've grown on our farm. It's a big, giant root. It's kind of hard to dig up. So most of these herbs that we're putting in this fire cider, they're very warming kind of herbs. So they help the body produce a sweat, so they're detoxifying in that way. They're also anti-inflammatory herbs, antimicrobial herbs, antiviral herbs. So they're just good in general for winter health. I've never made a horseradish sauce, but maybe I'll give it a try. So I'm going to dump these in here. We're going to put a good chunk of onion in there. Garlic. Now, probably everybody's familiar with the benefits of garlic. Garlic is good for the heart. It keeps platelets from sticking. It's antibacterial. It's antiviral. It helps boost the immune system. It's got a lot of benefits to it. With garlic, it is good to crush it in some way because there's enzymes that are activated with crushing that will help stimulate the formation of the beneficial glycosides that are in here. So we've crushed it. I'll dump it in there. One thing to know about making fire cider, you can find a lot of recipes online. I want you to know though that you do not have to follow a recipe of any kind. What I do is I use what I have. And if you don't have something that the recipe you see calls for, that's okay, leave it out. So garlic, and you know, put in as much garlic as you want. It's another thing, doesn't matter how much. Okay, now fire cider typically has hot peppers in it. Some recipes you'll see call for whole kernel of black pepper. I don't use black pepper because I've got hot pepper. This is the jalapeno that we grew in the garden. It's been on the vine for a while and it's turned red. I'm just going to cut that and put it in there. I think I'll cut 2. Maybe the rest will roast for dinner. And then this is ají crystal pepper. It's a South American pepper. It's very hot. I'm going to put just 1 in here. Now, if you find that your vinegar comes out too hot, that's okay. You can just dilute it. And another thing is ginger. Ginger is good to put in there. Now, we couldn't find any fresh ginger at the store, so that gives me a chance to show you how I preserve ginger. When we get a ginger root, we can never eat the whole thing before it starts to go bad. So I cut it into pieces and I put it in a jar of vodka and I put that in the refrigerator. So that vodka will preserve the ginger. And then I've never tried it, but I should try putting some in a cocktail. But I just keep putting more ginger in there, keeping it in the refrigerator. So now we come to the herbs. So isn't this pretty? It looks like a little tussy-mussy. Herbs don't typically go into a fire cider. The herbs are for the Four Thieves blend. And you can find a lot of different recipes online for Four Thieves blend. Again, I use what I have. So one thing that I think is important is sage. I think sage is a really good herb for winter health. So I'm going to put some of that in there. Let me show you these scissors too. I got these mincing scissors that are actually 5 different blades. So you can cut, you can mince herbs with them as they go into the jar. So we're putting sage in there. Thyme. Thyme is another really good, it's an antiviral herb, antimicrobial. So we're looking for herbs that have a lot of those antimicrobial, antiviral properties to help with winter health. Mint, oregano. I'm going to put lemon balm in there. Lemon balm is just one of my favorite herbs, and I really like it because it's a good nervine herb. So when you're stressed out, it can really help. It's got a great flavor, so it'll be good in a vinegar like this. But it can also help with stress. And who doesn't have stress right now? There's a bee flying around my head. Go away, bee. Lavender is popular in these Four Thieves blends. So I went out and picked some lavender this morning. We've got this white lavender called Melissa. It's got a white bud that opens up into a pink flower. And it's blooming quite well this time of year. I've got some Irene Doyle here, and I've got some blue velvet. I'm gonna push this down a little bit. You have to get a jar the right size to fit everything you put in there. I'm gonna go back to using my regular scissors. Oh, now that smells really good. There, so I put those flower buds in there. I've got some rosemary. So many good antioxidants and anti-inflammatories in rosemary. Hyssop. Hyssop officinalis. I think some of that got cut up already in the lavender bundle I did. Yeah, here it is. Hyssop is a really good herb for the lungs. It really helps with lung congestion. So there's another piece of hyssop. And remember I said you don't have to follow a recipe. I cut some fennel, and I've never seen fennel in a recipe for Thieves blend, but I'm going to put some fennel in there because I have it. Fennel has some great anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. And it also can help with the nervous system and just help make you happy. So we'll put that in there. I've got a few little leftovers here, some more thyme and lavender and oregano that I'm going to get in here. And my jar is pretty full. Now once we put everything in there, we fill the jar with apple cider vinegar. You want to make sure that everything is covered. It's always important when making something is to make sure everything is covered. Sometimes if things are sticking above, they can get a little moldy. Now they shouldn't. The pH of apple cider vinegar, as long as it's not diluted, the pH is low enough or acidic enough to keep bacteria and fungus from growing. So it makes a really nice medium to do something like this. It's also really good at extracting minerals from the herbs. So I put the lid on, I shake it. Another thing that's important is to label. So I will label this as fire cider. It's easy to forget what something is when you have jars around. And the date, I believe it's 10/10/20. I'll put this on here and then I'll just put it in the cupboard. It should probably infuse like this for about 2 weeks. I don't strain it, I leave the herbs in there. Now, what are you going to use this for? I really like to use it on salad. So you can put it in a salad dressing, or you can use it in addition to salad dressing on top of there. A lot of people will just take a spoonful of this and drink it by the spoonful. I find it a little bit strong for that, but go for it if you want to. You can put it in a glass of water and drink it that way. You can put it in a tea. You can marinate tofu, you can marinate vegetables, you can sprinkle it on whatever you're eating. So it'll have the medicinal properties of those herbs, and it'll also have the flavor of those herbs, which you see the herbs we put in here are pretty delicious tasting herbs too. Now a lot of people will use honey in there too. They'll put honey right in here. I don't put honey in there at the start, but I will put honey in there at the end sometimes and mix it up with a little honey, especially if I'm going to drink it. That is about it. I'm going to check to see if you guys have any questions or if anybody's even here. So I'll answer, if I can get to questions, I'll happily answer any questions that you might have. We're outside on the farm this morning. You can't see the mountains because unfortunately there's a lot of smoke. So I'll probably write a blog and put up a blog that has how I made this and maybe some recipes with it. Okay, I'm having trouble getting to Facebook. I'll come over here and check out the camera. Hi, Laura Lee. Hi, Joan. Hi, Paula. Hi, Kathy. Great, so I don't see any questions. Hopefully you guys have, if you have questions, go ahead and write them in the comments below the video, and I'll go ahead and answer any of the questions that you guys have. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a very enjoyable day today. Thank you. Bye-bye.